Well, hello. Aaron Trost here, your trusty host of Ask Aaron, a podcast designed to fix your pickleball drama. Well, we've got a frigid day here in Kansas City, but we have a smoking hot Ask Aaron because a small pickleball group has a ton of dating drama, and somebody asked me to fix it, and I'm looking forward to it. From a fan of mine called Jason. Dear Aaron, I play in a small co-ed pickleball group of about 4 to 6 people, and it's been a lot of fun until a new member joined. One night at the courts, we were approached by a guy named Dave. He gave me a vibe of a dude looking for something beyond pickleball, as he was very flirty with the girls in the group, especially a gal named Jen. Dave said he would love to be a regular part of our group and gave out his number. Within a few weeks, he was at all our games, and then he asked Jen out, and she said no. But that didn't deter him. He keeps showing up, being very flirty with Jen, and trying to impress her on the court and dominating the off-court conversations. It's just so obvious she doesn't like him, and it's really awkward to be around. I've had enough of cringe pickleball. Your thoughts on the best way forward for me? Oh boy. Well, the Daves of the world can definitely ruin a pickleball group fast, so I'm going to give you my best advice. So I'm seeing a lot more of this in pickleball today. In 2017, when I started playing, the median age was like 77, okay? But COVID happened, a lot of people picked it up, then pickleball started being cool. Your pickleball groups look a lot different. When I first started playing, my groups were kind of the greatest generation, right? The Ednas, the Florences, the Mildreds, okay? But now the groups are different. They're Gen Z. So you got the Chloes, the Madisons, the Pipers. And trust me, Dave wants to get in on that game. He really does. Because Dave knows the stats, right? He's tried the Tinders and your Bumbles and your OK Cupids, right? And it's not working because he knows there are 2 or 3 men for every woman on these dating apps. And I actually looked up some stats on this. There was a study about Tinder. The bottom 80% of men in terms of attractiveness are competing for the bottom 22% of women. And the top 78% of women are competing for the top 20% of men. So Dave, he's tried those super likes, he's tried the AI generated profile, and it's not moving the needle, right? So he's looking for a different strategy, and I think he's kind of found this pickleball loophole because he's walked out to the pickleball courts and he's kind of noticing he's not seeing the Florences and the Ednas, but he's seeing a lot of the Chloes and the Madisons and the Lululemon outfit and all that. And he's kind of like, this could be an opportunity. So I adjusted the light so I can show you this visual aid because there was a bit of a glare. But these dating apps for the girls are a natural buffer, okay, to keep the Daves away, okay? But Dave has found loophole. So I have a really helpful visual aid that I think will illustrate this really well. We got a diagram, okay? And we have on one side here, right, we've got the frustrated single men, okay? And then we've got this buffer here, okay? This buffer here, that's dating apps, okay, written sideways there. It's kind of a natural buffer, okay? And then we've got the attractive single women, okay? So we've got this natural buffer here, okay? And the only way around it for the Daves, okay, is that pickleball court, okay, right? Because they see these girls on the pickleball court and they're kind of like, that's my opportunity. I got to get in that because I'm not getting through on Hinge, okay? So hopefully this is a very helpful illustration. I know we have a lot of visual learners out there. And if you'd like a copy of this, let me know. I'll sell it to you for, just a $50 contribution. So because of these low odds on dating apps and the rise of attractive women playing pickleball, when you go to the public courts, you're seeing a rise of Dave. It's a new phenomenon. Maybe call it the Dave phenomenon, okay? Like I was just playing at Boise d'Arc, and I noticed a different kind of crowd there, okay? You had a lot of guys not wearing pickleball attire. They had some collared shirts, a couple buttons undone, some heavy cologne, kind of looking at the gal on court 5 or the gal on court 7. And they're texting their friends like, hey guys, no cover here. Come on, get out here fast, right? Come on. Like, we want pickleball courts to be about pickleball, okay? I would love to do a cover charge, by the way. So that way the Daves of the world maybe contribute to something because they're causing basically a backlog in paddle stacking, okay, right? Because they're not really there to play. They're there to run game, okay? And I care more about the game on the pickleball court. And it's just not all the guys. Some of you ladies, there are no shame with you either. Like just the other night, I was at the courts. Some lady walks up to me. She's like, hey, sailor, if your ship came in, why don't you stack with me on court 4? I mean, come on. These are supposed to be family places. Let's cut that out. So basically, Jason, I have some good, actionable advice for you to kind of deal with the Dave phenomenon happening on the pickleball courts. Okay. Don't be the relationship police. I don't think it's going to be very helpful to talk to Dave or talk to Jen about this. Like, it is what it is. I think it's kind of a reduced exposure kind of strategy. Okay. You might dial back with this group. I tell everybody, especially if you're doing co ed groups, you should have 2 or 3 or 4 other groups, okay? Because one of these groups is going to go down the toilet. It's a different animal with pickleball. You have a lot of people with alternative motives in pickleball. So you got to have other groups lined up. Get out there and develop social skills and work your way into other rotations. Develop new friends. That's a good strategy. So yeah, flags on Dave, definitely flags on Dave, okay? Okay. Probably flagged for a backwards pass. You know, he made a pass at Jen. It didn't work. Driving the whole group backwards. Okay, so we got to cut that out, Dave. Okay, probably illegal contact. I mean, come on. We all know he's probably firing off a couple of texts every night around 9 or 10 o'clock to Jen, like, hey, thinking about you. Hey, what are you doing next weekend? I mean, so yeah, I definitely think some flags apply on Dave. And next time I see him on the court, I'm dropping one of these. So, Jason, I'm very sorry that your fun pickleball group kind of turned into a bad dating app. But I think this illustration is helpful to the greater pickleball community that, yes, we need to be inclusive, and our sport is a wonderful thing, and we should bring it to more people. But the Daves of the world might have ulterior motives for their own intentions. So watch out for that. And ladies, trust me, if a Dave is texting you kind of at 11 o'clock at night asking about what you're doing next weekend, it's probably not an invite to a mixed doubles tournament. So watch out for that. Thank you so much, Dave, for listening to Ask Aaron, powered by Pickleball Planter, a charity doing wonderful things around the globe, taking pickleball to people in need. You can learn more about Pickleball Planter at pickleballplanter.com. Thanks so much for listening.